Season's greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to another episode of the 12 Days of SLASHmas Part 2. I am Daniel Shine, joined by the Predator, Todd Loyal.
Good evening.
Bugs Dread.
Namaste, bah humbug.
And Mike Kruger.
Ho, 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 bitch.
So, Kruger, let the good folks know how it works.
All right, so what we do for our 12 Days of SLASHmas special is rate and review a Christmas-themed horror film, and then at the end of the show, we add that movie to a list compiled from our previous episodes. From there, we will vote to eliminate one film from that list, leaving us with our top 3 Christmas horror movies, aka our 3 final elves. So, Todd, why don't you tell us what those 3 final elves are and what's up for contention tonight?
All right. So we have Anna and the Apocalypse, A Christmas Horror Story, and Two Front Teeth. Already eliminated are Iced and A Cadaver Christmas. Up for contention tonight is 1945's Dead of Night. Dan, why don't you tell us about this one?
Absolutely. So, Dead of Night is an anthology horror film from several different directors, and including Alberto Cavalcanti, Charles Crichton, Basil Dearden, and Robert Homer. And just to tell you about the film, architect Walter Craig, played by Mervyn Johns, seeking the possibility of some work at a country farmhouse, soon finds himself once again stuck in his recurring nightmare. Dreading the end of the dream that he knows is coming, he must first listen to all the assembled guests' own bizarre tales. All right, so very excited to talk about this one because Dead of Night was not the first film to have the anthology format. There was actually one called Flesh and Fantasy, which was actually kind of a romantic film from 1943, a couple of years earlier. And then you had German films. You had stuff like Waxworks that kind of had a similar format. But this was really the one that truly paved the way. It came out of a film from the year prior, 1944, also from Ealing Studios, called Halfway House, not to be confused with the Severin Films Blu-ray that we recently reviewed. That was kind of like a dramatic mystery. It's shared a lot of the same cast, and Ealing Studios was really known particularly for war documentaries, dramas. This is pre-Hammer. I mean, British horror really wasn't a huge thing until the 50s, and Hammer. Also, again, not the first horror film, but this is a very important one. In particular, most people will remember the story, The Ventriloquist's Dummy, which was certainly borrowed heavily from later on. I love this movie. You know, we don't normally do films from this era, so I'm kind of curious to see how it plays for you guys. But so much that we would not have if it weren't for Dead of Night. And I don't know, maybe some stuff might feel tropey to you guys, but remember, it wasn't a trope yet.
And if you want to find out more about, the anthology, check out Severin's great documentary, Tales from the Uncanny.
Tales of the Uncanny, yes.
Of the Uncanny, yes.
Yeah, this one, like I said, again, this really set the tone for the anthology horror.
It's the blueprint
film. It really is the blueprint. And I love it, but before I keep sucking this one off, who wants to go first?
I can go.
Go for it.
So as a whole, this movie is one of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
It's all these. How do I put this? This is great on a Christmas right now. It's very little Christmas. There's one story in particular that's actually inspired by a true story. So that was cool to find out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, as a whole, fucking great. Christmas, not so much. So let's just focus on the Christmas part. Creepy as hell. But it's just it's too short to be Christmassy. Now I do want to talk more about the ventriloquist dummy, because that, again, that's just a masterpiece, and that could be shown by itself and would still work and rule super hard. A lot of the other stories, like the what is it, the Hearst guy, that rules. Yeah, there's a lot of little gems in here, but as a Christmas movie, I cannot say like, oh, this is a must watch. But as a movie in general, just as a cinephile, mandatory viewing, I think.
Did you recognize Twilight Zone also had adaptations of some of these stories? I don't know if you picked up on some of that, but
yeah, it's all familiar. I've seen this before, so yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I actually like a lot of old fucking movies like that. So,
which Pugs came out with a new gimmick? We can announce it here. We'll start doing it. What is it?
Black and white frights. So we're gonna be revisiting some old movies, old scary shit, and see where they all came from.
I'm totally down for that. I also wanted to throw out, I thought this was pretty cool. We do have a surviving cast member from this. Sally Ann Howes, who played Sally in the Christmas Party episode, is still with us.
No shit.
Yeah, legend of stage, actually.
That's awesome.
In her hundreds? How old? Jeez.
She's in her 90s. Well, she was only 15 when she made it. So
still, that's a long time. Good for her.
Yeah. What was her name? I'm sorry, Dan.
The actress's name is Sally Ann Howes, Howes.
Okay, no, I was just looking her up.
I know she's in her 90s, but she's still with us.
1930. Jeez, yeah, 91.
Yeah. And recently active. This era, it's really weird because the classic English ghost stories from M.R. James, Algernon Blackwood, and what have you were not as heavily adapted as you would have thought at this point. So
I wouldn't go crazy with that recently either, Dan. Her last film was a TV miniseries 29 years ago.
Yeah. No, theater, though. She was big on the stage.
Oh my God, she's still doing theater? Or she was, at least?
Well, recently-ish, yes. Involved. She's considered an icon of
her last film role was Death Ship, so there's that from 1980.
Nice.
Enjoy
that on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So Kruger, what did you think of Dead of Night?
Well, like, in order for me to really enjoy a film this old and just of this style, I have to be in a certain type of mood. I don't think I was in that mood, and I was expecting some Christmas shit, and I was kind of disappointed that it was only one segment and it wasn't reeking of Christmas. It was more a little ghost story, but there are segments in this that I did enjoy a lot. You guys already talked about the ventriloquist, and I really liked how Mr. Craig's story all wrapped around and came together towards the end of the movie. And the mirror, I thought, was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think that first stretch, maybe 30 to 40 minute stretch of the movie, I was starting to really check out. But it brought it home for me in the end. I do need to watch it again though to actually sit down, know what I'm getting into, and so my rating may not be the highest, but I'm gonna give it a second chance, just not for a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Pugs on this. The movie's fantastic, but there's not enough Christmas in it for me. I had forgot there was even any Christmas, so when this came up on some of the lists, I was like, all right, well, let's revisit it, because I haven't seen it in years. So, and my memory's shit now too.
Very, very good Blu-ray, by the way, out there from Kino.
Yeah,
more stacked on extras than you might expect. Really good commentary. Yeah, I liked all the stories too. I mean, the golfing story, asking George that he had to give up God, is actually kind of fucked up in a way. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's something about particularly at Halloween, but also Christmas to a degree. There's just something poetic about a black and white horror film that it's a totally different feel that you can't recreate.
Those black and white Twilight Zone episodes, Christmas episodes are amazing.
Timeless.
Yeah.
Timeless. Twilight Zone is timeless. I know fans that are, young that still enjoy Twilight Zone, and I think it's
Does
amazing.
their parents know that they know that?
Even my niece actually was getting into Twilight Zone.
The
and
Jordan Peele
not
one?
a horror fan at all. No. I would disown them. Disavow them. If,
Disavow.
I like
Disavow.
this. I like the Christmas segment.
Yeah.
The Christmas segment in Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone is the shit.
Oh, wait, I haven't seen
Oh.
this one.
No, I'm good.
It's the alien. It's the alien one.
Oh, was that one of the first episode?
No,
think-
it's towards the end. It takes place in a cop station
You have to. We'll have
at
to.
a Christmas party.
I didn't get that far. I
Yeah,
watched
I
a
didn't
few
either.
episodes and I was like, this is shit.
Trust
got-
me, that one's worth. I
Okay.
understand what you guys are coming from, but that one is fucking worth it.
Dan's gonna be too busy watching Puka.
God damn it! Fucking forgot about that piece of shit.
Dead of Night is
When
also-
Dan waved his Bloomhouse flag proud.
On that one, I may fucking join Dan. Do not like Puka.
But yeah, no, if you guys, anybody listening, really just the history of horror, this is an important film that you should definitely check out. And I would say the same thing. I liked all the stories, but yeah, and there were actually 2 stories that were removed from this, which they talk about a little bit in the extras. But Ventriloquist Dummy, man, just think of like what came later, Magic with Anthony Hopkins and all these things that you wouldn't have. Dead Silence, if you want to go a little more recent. And,
I love Dead Silence.
Yeah, but Hugo
There's even
was,
a Batman villain that was inspired by it. So
Yeah,
the
ventriloquist.
Yeah. Hugo was an OG villain and genuinely creepy. That story was,
Dude, that shit went
dude,
dark.
that laugh, bro.
yeah, that closing scene. Like, yeah, I was like, oh man, this has not lost anything. I love this movie so much. I know this is a love fest. I've got nothing bad to say about the damn thing.
Well, let's rate it and go to spoilers. Or rate it, see where it lands, and then go to spoilers.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's no big shock for me. This is a 5. This is a classic horror film. If you enjoy horror anthologies and you haven't seen this, I would say you need to. It's just fantastic. What say you, Kruger?
3 stars, but I need to watch it again. And I guarantee you, it's going to go up.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm also a 5 out of 5, but as a Christmas, well, we'll get there. 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm with. Yes, it's gonna be possible to not. Yeah, 5 out of 5 for me too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, so
All right.
Elimination time.
yeah. So we have up for elimination: Anna and the Apocalypse, A Christmas Horror Story, Two Front Teeth, and Dead of Night. Kruger, who are you eliminating?
I'm sorry, Dead of Night is not Christmassy enough to be on this goddamn list, so it's getting
Bugs.
I agree with Kruger. However fucking amazing this movie is, it is not Christmas-y enough to be on our list. Sorry.
And our ratings don't see. We can eliminate a 5 for other reasons, so the ratings don't mean it's going to stay in this competition.
Well, I'm eliminating Two Front Teeth because I still think
that's
Dead of Night is so far above that.
But it
That's
comes with
fine.
yeah. But it doesn't really matter in the end because I'm also getting rid of Dead of Night.
No, I figured.
Because even if I don't, it's going to come down to Christmas, and it's going to lose that Christmas battle with Two Front Teeth.
Fair enough.
So I'm just making it easy.
All right. So,
But clearly,
spoiler talk.
we all fucking agree this is a mandatory watch.
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, get the Blu-ray. I think it's still in print, I believe.
Oh yeah, it is. I
Yeah.
recently picked it up so we could.
Oh,
so-
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Spoiler talk.
Yep. Well, do you want to do a hard sell before we do that?
Absolutely. Fleshwoundfeatures.com. Get your Christmas cruelty merchandise through our Teespring store, and all our other links are there. We are the Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio Facebook group. We're Flesh Wound Radio on Twitter. Also patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1. You support us, and you get a lot of cool stuff.
And links are all in the description too.
Absolutely. So,
All right, let's go to spoilers.
All right. So, favorite story from you guys? Is it all
The ventriloquist?
Ventriloquist, yeah.
Yeah.
Second favorite though is the Christmas one. Just well, 'cause when I discovered this movie, probably early high school, late middle school, when I was doing my true crime research, and I was like, what movies are based on that? And so that popped up. So I knew that as a true crime story, not a fucking Christmas story going in. So when I found that out, I was like, oh, they made that spooky. That's kind of cool. But yeah, dude, the ventriloquist is just the shit. Like, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Like I said, though, I love every story. I think Haunted Mirror is very, very strong.
Yeah, it's probably my second favorite.
Yeah. This I wish we had this kind of quality today. I mean, we do, but rarely. Like a lot of anthologies, there's like always a week segment. I don't think this really had a week segment, to be honest. Some of them were shorter.
I do think it's a bit long, an hour and 40 plus. You're asking a lot. As interesting as you are, it's still like a lot.
Even back then, that seems like a longer running time.
And he said there was 2 that were cut out, which I had never even heard of. I don't think.
Yep.
Were they filmed or were they or?
Oh yeah. They were excised.
Have they ever been released anywhere? Or
No.
Do they know the stories? Like,
not that I've seen. There's a lot of extras that'll go kind of talk about it on the Blu-ray, but yeah, no, I'd love to see them. I'd love to see London after. There's just so many lost things out there right now that
we're getting closer.
Footage.
We're getting closer and closer and closer to seeing Dan's favorite Jerry Lewis movie.
Fuck yeah!
Has there been an update on the day the clown died? Because
it wasn't it 10 years after he died.
I thought it was 5, and we're beyond that now, so I wasn't sure.
Well,
I mean,
fingers crossed.
I do want to see that, and I think it's safe to say you will get a commentary from us on that.
Oh, but we can't do a certain Ralph Bashki film that if I say the name, Dan's gonna have it fit.
Maybe on Patreon, we'll see.
Where else were we gonna do it?
Yeah.
I don't even. That might have to be
Fleshwood Juniors.
Just one long show of blurb.
It is animated.
I didn't get the new Blu-ray. I still have the import of that one. But
of what?
I know. Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah.
There is no US. There is no US Blu-ray.
Oh, maybe it's still coming. Oh, never mind.
The one that Vinegar Syndrome announced like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was still. Well, yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. Dead of Night. Awesome. See it. It's just a fantastic movie. As far as stuff to pair it with, like what are
any anthology? I mean, if you can go, you can go old and new. If you want to do like this and Creepshow, kind of see where it's began to where it is. I mean, there's so many options you have with this one.
What's your guys' favorite anthology horror film?
I can pull spoilers off then for this.
Yeah. I don't really have specific spoilers.
Dan, what was your question again?
What is your guys' favorite horror anthology film of anything? Any horror film?
That's hard.
Yeah, of all time.
Yeah, probably Creepshow.
It's the only one that's jumping out of my brain right now. But if I really looked at a list,
Necronomicon, Book of the Dead too. I love that fucking movie to death.
Needs a Blu-ray. Yeah.
It does have. It has. Oh, it's a German.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, U.S. Blu-ray.
The first one that came to mind is actually Trick or Treat, and I was shocked. I thought it'd be Creepshow. So I'm gonna go Trick or Treat.
No.
Trick or Treat too. That's high up on my list.
Yeah, honestly, Trick or Treat is
it's a little lower for me.
Certainly Mount Rushmore of anthologies. I mean, my God, what makes you get in the Halloween spirit more than Trick or Treat?
Todd's gonna say Halloween 3, but yeah,
I think I don't think as much as Trick or Treat. I mean,
God, for you, maybe.
No, I'm just saying, from an aesthetic standpoint, that movie just oozes
So
Halloween.
does
Yes,
Halloween 3.
yeah.
You might
Halloween
love
3
Halloween
does.
3 more, but yeah.
It oozes
I don't know.
Halloween also. There is a
does.
higher pumpkin count in Trick or Treat.
There is a higher pumpkin count for sure.
I will say that. It's closer to a Black Christmas, Xmas with its Christmas,
Mm.
So I get that. I don't know. It's
I'm disappointed. I figured yours would be Terror Tract with Marcus Buff Bagwell, but
that is a very good anthology that slept.
it's
on
not
with
bad.
Ritter.
Yeah.
That and was it Ginger Snaps?
No,
What were the two?
Ginger Snaps.
No,
not an anthology.
Cherry Falls. Those were both USA.
Oh yeah,
They
they
both
had
premiered on like the
double.
same weekend.
Yeah, but Cherry Falls is not an anthology.
No, I'm just saying they both premiered on
Yeah,
USA
yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
weekend. It was a double thing.
Yeah,
I remember
on
being very
DVD
happy.
too.
Yeah, very happy that weekend.
Love Cherry
Yeah.
Falls.
Yeah.
Terror Tract. I think Bagwell played an exterminator or something.
I forgot he was even in there, but now I want to watch that.
even.
So there we go. I'm pairing Terror Tracks with Dead of Night.
Terror Tract is good. There were some really good USA movies. So I don't know, guys, some more obscure stuff. I would also throw out there Trilogy of Terror 2 is actually better than its
Oh, I love the
reputation.
original trilogy.
Oh, the original is amazing.
That's
I
one
have
of my favorites too.
I have the Zuni fetish warrior in my line of sight.
That's my
but,
favorite segment.
yeah, 2 though is actually
I
worthwhile.
like 2 a lot. People forget how good that one is. I guess it's because Karen Black's not in it, but I like the lead in the new one too.
Yeah.
Or the newer one. I don't want to be Dan. Oh, the new one from like 35 years ago.
Well,
So
that
yeah, there's some good suggestions for you guys. With that being said, don't miss any of our other Christmas content this year. And on that note, happy Hanukkah, since I'm the Hanukkah guy now, I guess.
Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
Happy Kwanzaa. I'll see you in Disneyland.